guys, welcome to episode number 4 of the Coyote Football Stats Show. We are excited. We're going to be covering all things All Saints and your Coyotes. So this is episode number 4. We're excited. I am Phil Morgan.
I'm Blake Grundy. Look, before we get into too much about All Saints, because we've got a lot to talk about.
You're going to hold me off.
I'm gonna ask you guys up front to do 2 things for us. One, if you will subscribe to our channel. That's going to help with visibility, help other people that want to celebrate these athletes just like you do to see the video.
Yeah.
And then turn notifications on.
That's the big one.
Yes.
That's the one most people don't do. Most people will subscribe and then not turn on notifications.
Yes.
And the hard part of that is you're connected to the channel, but you're not going to know when we post new stuff, when stuff is getting published. So make sure to do that. I had a conversation with a parent this last weekend, and that was their beef. It's like, hey, I'm pretty sure you're doing stuff. Yes, we are. I promise you.
We are.
Oh, yeah. And in fact, he went back to the Salina game. I'm like, oh, no. We definitely put material out for that game. So it's out there. Do like Blake said, subscribe and then hit that bell on the notifications area, and it will let you know what's going on. But lots of good stuff, by the way, going on in our program.
Oh, a lot of it.
Yeah.
We've got some, just even outside of the All Saints game, right? Just kind of talking generally, we've got some attention coming that we actually talked about last week and a couple of weeks ago that we were kind of wondering, hey, when will some of the attention start to come to these dudes that deserve it?
And then this week.
And
bam.
Here it comes.
Yeah, big time attention. I mean, listen, we've got a lot of guys getting attention, but I think this week it really kind of started opening eyes when you saw Peyton Miller's offer. Right, that you can't deny that. Like
freshman
Peyton Miller gets a D1 offer. That's huge. And listen, it's huge for the young man. Like he loves football.
Yes,
comes from a football family. Obviously, his big brother is a sought after talent as well when it comes to football as a middle linebacker.
And by the way, CJ's going to make sure that Peyton continues to know that CJ's still the big brother.
And listen, that guy. I'm going to say this: he is an absolute beast. He is a workhorse. These guys are going to get theirs, right? And here's the thing that I'm kind of holding on to, and I love this idea for this team is you start getting the attention of the Nebraskas and things like that, these D1 programs, it's going to put eyes on everybody in our program.
Yes.
Buckle up, fellas. I think the best is yet to come.
Yeah,
it's going to get
the
pretty
eyes
crazy.
are coming. So you talked about Peyton got his first from Nebraska.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Big.
Jacob Emmers.
How many?
Who he has something like 14 or 15.
27, 85.
Mr. Jacob Emmers, if we're wrong about 14, 15, correct us. If it's 17, tell us. Yeah. Let us know. But the thing is, we want to celebrate. So, Emmers has eyes that are on him, but like you said, it's bringing eyes to the program as well, and Emmers isn't the only one.
No, I mean, Zy, our quarterback, Zy Williams,
he's a sophomore.
He's a sophomore, and I think Texas State is offered him, and Ronald Bell Jr., I think he's got some interest. There's a lot of guys on it. One of our offensive linemen?
Lane White.
He's
got 4 offers.
4 offers.
He's got that on his Twitter profile. Guys, we want to hear and see.
Yeah.
At Coyotes_stat show. Let us know when you're getting these offers. We want to connect and boost that, and we'll retweet these things for you guys and help bring visibility. But we want to be able to shout you guys out on this channel because we see the hard work that's going into this that you guys are putting in day out, and we know the grind and the sacrifice that goes there. So keep working hard.
Hit us up on X.
We see it, and hit us up on that X, on that Twitter. We want to celebrate you.
We'll throw it up on the screen. You guys will have it. Coaches will have it, and then get in touch with us and let us know, and we'll get going. But for now, I think maybe we get this show started, and we start it with some offense.
Let's talk about the offense. Well, what better way and better place to start our stats than with our quarterback?
Yep.
Look, so here's the really cool thing. We won this game. What was it? 38-20, right? So we won. It was a really good game, but our offensive numbers didn't have to be as high because of what our defense did, and we'll get there in a second.
True.
We'll get to the defense in a second. So Zy's overall passing numbers as far as the yardage was down lower than what it's been. But the man stepped up in some other categories. So he had 196 passing yards. But Mr. Zy Williams, for the first time this season, met our completion percentage threshold by completing 69.2% of his throws. That's ridiculous.
That's great, man.
Our
Good
threshold is 65%.
He was way more efficient in this game.
Yes, 18 for 26, 69.2% completion. So that showed up big. And then he tossed 3 touchdowns. So that's going to give him two stickers. 2 stickers for the completion percentage is 1 and the touchdowns is a 2nd. Zai showed up big in some ways. So the yardage may not have been there, but like the decision making and the accuracy and getting it to the right guys at the right time were there.
The pressure got there a couple times, and the way he handled it, right, it's all aiding. It's building this foundation for him that's just going to continue to propel him forward. You know, he handled some pressure really well in the All Saints game because they had some dudes that would get to him. You know, they would get there, but he handled it really well. Continue to show growth, which is great, man. These guys obviously love this kid. They're playing hard for him, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see what happens the remainder of this season, man.
Oh yeah,
one more non-district game. Right, one more non-district game, and that's all opportunity for him to grow. So it's
100%. And like, so the cool thing is though, he was also supported on the ground a little bit, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. And so let's talk a little bit about our guys that are running the ball, right? And the first guy we got to talk about is Rogers. Rogers shows up and just starts chunking out some really important yards. Didn't have a huge yardage game, 5 for 37, but the yardage he did gain put him in the end zone 2 times.
It did 2 times.
2 times.
That's
George
big.
Rogers. That's 2 stickers.
2 stickers on the board.
2 stickers up on the helmet, my man.
He didn't just get his first touchdown of the season.
Nope.
He got his 2nd touchdown of the season.
You get a little taste of the end zone, and you just want a little more snacking. Num, 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 num. Give me some more.
And so he averaged 7.4 yards per carry, which is a big gain.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, Rogers wasn't alone. And I think we can run into the next guy here. This is fun to talk about.
Yeah, Mr.
We talked about it last week, right? We started it last week, and the train keeps rolling.
So Mr. Chumley had a really nice day. Like we talked about, he had 10 for 42 on the ground, but his receiving is where he really shined this week. Yeah. He was actually our leading receiver. Mr. Edward Chumley, you had 7 catches for 74 yards. Wonderful day. Like out of the backfield, you had some timely catches. You had some runs after the catch, some yards after the catch were awesome. But you're going to get on the board for your 2 touchdown day through the air.
Through the air.
Our leading receiver coming out of the backfield, like it's been really cool to see Chumley become healthy and more comfortable in this kind of lead back role and splitting time with George Rogers, and see them kind of bring an extra element that we didn't have to start the season.
And I felt like I saw another level of speed out of him in this game. He gets a ball in space, and when he turns on the jets, man, it is noticeable. It's when he gets on it, it is clear to see. And he's dusting some dudes, just leaving them behind.
He is, and then he's getting his pad levels low for that contact to drive through tackles, and he's adding that element to our offense, and that has been cool to see. But he wasn't the only one doing it through the air.
Ronald Bell Jr. did it too. He found the end zone as well. Number 13 comes in again. Like these guys are scrapping for yards. It's so much fun. I think a lot of people might take Ronald Bell Jr. for granted. He's not our tallest receiver, but man, when he gets the ball and he gets space, he's a dangerous receiver.
He's dynamic. He's one of those dudes that can take a bubble screen, take a quick slant, and you think like, oh, that's gonna be a 3-5 yard gain, and all of a sudden he's housed it.
Well, and the thing is if these teams want to start cheating a safety over the top to cover Steens, thinking that tempting the rest of the field to beat him, Ronald Bell Jr. is going to beat you. It's as clear as that. And now combine that with what we're seeing out of Chumley with his hands, when it comes to receiving, we're just getting harder and harder to cover for these opposing teams.
Yes.
It's going to keep being that way.
And the guy that we didn't even talk about in that sentence was Brett Poole.
Right.
Who's also showed up more and more and more over the last few weeks. Like Brett Poole showed up. He didn't meet our stat thresholds this week, but like he's showing up big time too. And like I can't wait till Emmers is back.
He's always good for big catches in big moments.
Yes.
Right, and that's the thing to remember about Brett Poole. I think the thing that is the intangible about that kid is the moment. The moment doesn't cause him to freeze. It doesn't cause him to lose sight of what's going on. He buckles in. He knows what has to be done, and he goes out and he runs 1,000 miles an hour and gets it done. Whatever he's got to do, he goes out and he does it. Big catch, Brett. It's what we ought to probably call the guy.
I love it. He adds that element. Like I said, I can't wait till Emmers gets back and kind of rounds out that receiving core. It's going to be dangerous.
I can't even imagine this offense with another weapon.
Oh, I can.
I mean, I like thinking of it. Don't get me wrong. Like, I enjoy the thought that Emmers is on his way back, and so that's pretty exciting. That's pretty exciting.
Yes.
I can't wait for that. Well,
but hey, the other big thing that happened with our offense this week is that we protected the rock. This is a team sticker. We protected the rock. No turnovers. It found its way on the ground once, but man, we scooped it up. We protected it, and so like we are excited. We see the whole offense. That is the entire offense's job, is to protect the rock, not make it easier for the other team, and we did that this week. So that's a big deal for our offense to have no turnovers.
Big sticker there, going on the helmet for you guys, and what a cool testimony to how hard this group works.
Well, hey, we've shouted out the offense.
Let's hit defense.
Let's talk about the defense.
Now let's do it. All right, well, we're going to start with this. Listen, we're calling the defense is being called the Death Squad, and we're all in on it. Like we're in on it with flags, we're in on it with logos. We're all in on this Death Squad thing because they are absolutely, without any issue, 100% earning every ounce of that moniker.
And they're making the other team feel.
Oh gosh.
For every yard the other team earns, or like the other team is having to earn and fight for yards. Because our linebacking core, our DBs, our line, they put some hits on some dudes that I feel in the stands, and I feel watching it over the television sometimes.
Listen, we're going to talk about tackles for loss here, and then a special sticker. I'm going to combine these two things together.
I'm excited for this special sticker.
Me too.
We were excited when we saw this stat.
This was fun. This is a lot of fun. But listen, you cannot, when you start talking defense, we got to start with the most obvious, the largest stat that I think we've had to this moment.
Ever. This is the most that I remember.
17. That's the number. 17.
Hang on. He did not stutter.
No.
17.
17 tackles for loss from the defense. 17 total tackles for loss. That's just ridiculous, man. That is crazy. Those are tackles for loss, they're not just tackles.
They're still in the All Saints backfield right now.
Like they built themselves a mansion in the backfield of all. Now listen, All Saints gave a good fight. I'm not here to dog on them all that much, but
no, they were good. They're a good team. Like they really are.
Good team, but our guys were constantly in the backfield. Constantly. 17. And I got to look at it because there are so many guys who had a tackle for loss. Jabari Finney.
Yes.
Grayson Stewart.
3.
3 of them, dude. 3. Brandon Green Jr. gets in there for 1. Cash Money Williams.
4
tackles for loss. And
I'm just going to shout out their numbers.
The dude's a sophomore.
He's the same age as I.
I know, man. It's going to be a lot of fun watching that kid continue. Kalen Brown gets in for 1.
From a cornerback position.
C.J. Miller. Yeah, and C.J. Miller comes in and says, no, Cash. I can't let you outdo me, son.
Said, I'm still the big dog. I'm the senior.
I got 4, too. So he did that. And then we got Abram Greer, of course. Like, that's...
Not a surprise.
Not a surprise. You know he's going to be in the
backfield. Every week thing.
And then Alex Martinez, number 99, gets in the backfield 2 times. 17, man.
2. 17
tackles for loss. That is absolutely crazy.
So tell them what happened with those 17 tackles for loss. The sticker. So this is, hang on, guys. This is a sticker we had to create.
It had to be
for
created.
This week. We didn't have this going into the season. We didn't have it coming out of this week. And then we pulled up the stats on Max Preps and Dallas Morning News.
And now we know.
And I saw this number.
-7 yards rushing.
For All Saints.
For the game. -7.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Sign language, but man, -7 rushing yards, which means somewhere along the way, they were going the wrong way.
So what's the sticker called?
It's the wrong way sticker, baby. It's the wrong way sticker. This goes up to our team defense. Like we're going to give you all the wrong way sticker for less than 0 yards rushing on a game.
By the way, we did the numbers. We looked at it. They rushed, 31 times for -0.23 yards
per carry. Yeah.
-0.23, -7 yards. That's ridiculous.
I don't even know how that feels for a running back. I mean, that is absolute ownership there on the defensive part. So listen, guys, incredible showing there. That we're just on tackles for loss. So let's run in. Let's talk about our top 3 tacklers on the game.
So we're going to talk about top 3 tacklers on the game. I get to start off with our dude, C.J. Miller. He followed up his, a 17 tackle performance against Salina with a 10 tackle performance against All Saints. And not only did he have the 10 tackles, but he added in there 3 sacks. 3 sacks.
Wow.
Like, I mean, what else do? At what point, we've said it with Grayson Stewart, but at what point do we run out of things and adjectives to use to describe what CJ does? He has a ferocity and a tenacity, and I've gone back and watched his huddle highlights. Like, he'll post them. I'll watch his huddle highlights. I'll watch some of the game film back. You know, we'll look at those things, and like the dude he is patient to find the hole that the other team's going to run through, and then when he finds it, he attacks it with violence and speed and quickness. And he does not let go and let people run through him. He does not arm tackle and let people go. He wraps them up and takes them to the ground.
And he's quick to understanding what's happening on the offensive side of the ball. Like he knows, and then he anticipates what and where he has to be.
Yes.
He can close that distance to the ball and punish people.
I never want to be tackled by CJ.
No.
By any of these guys, but definitely by CJ.
Let's stop and pray. God, please protect us from ever having to be tackled by CJ Miller. Amen.
And if it comes to that, may we use words first.
That's right. Well, let's CJ. Great job. You're going to get 4 stickers on the day for those stats. That's another 4 on top of the other stickers.
That's 8.
But listen, I get to talk about Grayson, man. Grayson Stewart comes in. He's our second guy in terms of leading tackles for the game.
No, he led.
Oh, he did lead.
Brandon Green Jr. was
I
second.
skipped Brandon Green.
So
I just stole the thunder.
You better apologize to Brandon Green Jr. right now.
Brandon Green, I'm so sorry.
He's another dude you don't want to get hit by.
No, there's not a single dude on that defense I ever want to get hit by. Let's be real, right? Listen, Brandon Green, you got yourself 2 stickers. You ended up with 11 tackles. That was your double-digit tackles for the day.
Sir.
And you got a sack. You got back. They're doing a little bit of quarterback meal, right? Getting some of that. Guys, both CJ and Brandon Green, and they were back there in the backfield taking down the quarterback, but they weren't alone. You get to talk about the guy.
The man.
The man.
The myth.
The legend.
Number 7, Grayson Stewart.
Dude.
13 tackles.
Gosh.
Right? We talked about what he did. He had 1 sack on the day as well. That's 2 stickers right there. Like he just shows up. Oh, and that was, we mentioned his 3 tackles for a loss already.
Yeah.
Like Grayson Stewart continues to show that, like, hey, our linebacking core needs to be paid attention to. WFAA called him out in the Salina game and said, hey, if you need a masterclass lesson on how to play linebacker, pay attention to these dudes. And Abram Greer, Brandon Green Jr.,
right, CJ
Miller, Grayson Stewart, the 4 horsemen of the death squad.
Hey, and listen, after this game, we've shouted out our top 3 tacklers, but after this game, I think Cash Williams is trying to earn that spot. Like
he's trying to become the 5th horseman.
He's trying, right? It's tough, young man. You got to earn your stripes.
And
though.
He's doing that.
He's working hard. And here's how he proved it this week.
Come on.
This week was a huge week, but 4 sacks.
Yes.
In the backfield, bringing down the QB 4 times in one game.
Yes.
I mean, I look at that number and I thought, no, really? I mean, I remember him being everywhere. It felt like his name was getting yelled out every time I was turning around. But man, it was, 4 sacks. That is huge. Number 25, Cash Williams. Man, we see you, bud. It's huge.
It is huge. And then, hey, Abram Greer, number 42, gets another sack on the day. Yep. By the way, 10 sacks, 17 tackles for a loss,
10 sacks,
negative 7 yards rushing. Just going to keep throwing that in there.
You're just going to keep throwing that back out.
Negative 7 yards rushing.
So here's the deal, right? They get all those sacks, and then Cash Williams again. Yeah, we got to say it again. Here you go. Cash Williams, fumble cause.
By the way, another guy you don't want to get hit by.
No, stop it. We already established. I don't want to get hit by any of them.
Because when Cash Williams hits you, when Cash Williams tackles you, it's going to be for a loss, for a sack, or a fumble.
You keep saying you, like I don't. I'm the only one who don't want to get hit. You're going to stand out there and take a hit?
No.
Okay, then.
No.
All right then.
I'm going to fall to the ground and take a knee before he ever gets there.
Cash, you get another sticker. Like this game has been so much fun for us to talk about, for us to kind of put together. I know when the defensive stats hit first, and I've started counting up. I said,
you texted me.
We're giving 30 stickers on defense alone. So huge day, guys. Incredible day, but we're not done. Not only did Cash Williams cause a fumble and gets a sticker and goes up on the board again. Talk about our last guy.
Number 32, Caleb Brown, one of our senior cornerbacks, had a pass defense play. Like, so whether you call it a pass breakup, a pass deflection, a pass defense is probably the most accurate way to say it.
Maybe.
But we love...
It's debatable.
We love to see when our secondary and our corners are getting their hands in there. They're breaking up passes. They're doing doing their job and making it hard on the quarterback, and he did just that with the pass breakup. And so like, we see you, Caleb.
Yeah.
We're proud of you. You're continuing to show up time and time again, more and more and more in these stat shows.
Yeah.
And that shows that you're working hard and you're improving.
We got such a really good core of kids. I say kids because I'm an old guy, but these are young men working hard for their futures, and it is showing up on the field of play. And there is nothing greater than to be able to celebrate the triumphs of these guys. So, guys, so far between our offense and defense, just an incredible job. Lots of stickers are going on this board. We can't wait to show it. But before we talk more about that, let's get into a quick ad from our sponsor. Real quick, guys, thanks so much to Pin Oaks Christian Fellowship. They really allow us to do this, as these two bald guys get to be on staff of that church. They show a lot of patience with us during the football season as we work hard.
and help. They help us set up a tailgate.
Yep, a tailgate. Tailgate every home game. It's such a fun environment. If you haven't been out to a tailgate, you need to come out to a tailgate.
Oh, yeah.
It's a blast. I know there's all sorts of food. There's a lot of friendly faces. Everybody's out there to cheer on our Coyotes, to make a big deal of their success and to show support and encouragement to them as they take on the next opponent in their schedule. And so come on out. Join us. The tailgate starts at 5:30. We're usually there setting up around 5 o'clock, maybe a little bit earlier than that, depending. Yeah. But you're welcome to come out, say hi to us. Let's grab a picture. Let's do something, man. Come see us. Let us know you watch the show one way or the other, or hang out for our little tailgate food competition.
Our grill master competition. We've got a little inflatable football tossing game, and so it's a lot of fun. We put on the music, like you said. We just hang out and have some fun, and we're there to support the band. Yep. The color guard.
By the way,
they walk through our dance squad.
Let me talk about this whole band.
Do it.
Just real quick. Last week, 30 bands gathered together, 5A, 6A, and a bunch of other schools all came to compete, and our band walked away second place.
That's awesome.
They got second place to a 5A school who took first. Big school.
Yeah.
But that's our band right there. That's our band getting second place, man.
We see
out
you.
of 30, we see you, band. We see you, all you guys, all your hard work, all that effort. A lot of people don't realize when the summer hits, you guys are practicing. You're out there on that pavement, and you're working hard during the heat of summer so that you can bring together a program that will represent Anna High School in a way of excellence. And you are doing that, and we see that. It is not lost on us, and we are so thankful. What you do at games is not lost. It is important, and we're just another arm of that, just to say thank you for all that you do. We are proud supporters in that way.
And we love watching the halftime show, and we love they're such an integral part of the game, and making sure that at the right moments in time when we need loud noises from the crowd, they start playing that for our defense, getting them hyped up. But listen, so you said 5:30 for the tailgate is when we start. Yep. 6:30 is the Coyote Walk. If you've never seen the Coyote Walk, if you've never been there, it's a great way to support these guys and our band, our dance team, our color guard. All of them will walk through there. Yep. We want it packed. We want
kids
them to
from Anna Sports
supporting.
Group, young guys out there. It's fun. It's fun to see the community out there. So.
And then the game is the 29th, which is Friday.
It's Friday.
7:30 kickoff.
7:30 kickoff.
But hey, be there early.
Be there early because it gets full. And this is a special game because it's homecoming.
Homecoming.
Yeah, so you need to make sure you're there. It's gonna be a great atmosphere. Yeah, it's gonna be a great atmosphere. Bring your noisemakers. Be ready to go. Let's have some fun. Let's support our guys, and let's walk away. Let's watch our Coyotes walk away with a win on homecoming.
Oh, for sure.
But before we get any further, let's take a moment and let's roll into our special teams segment.
Special teams. Well, hey, I get to lead off this special teams segment
with who do you figure? Guess who?
His number falls between 6 and 8. It's number 7, Grayson Stewart. I had to go back and watch it.
All the time.
11:15 mark in the fourth quarter. Grayson Stewart gets through the line and blocks the point after touchdown attempt. That would have made it 24-14. Instead, he blocks it, changes the momentum. We go down there, and we take care of business the rest of the game, and it deflated All Saints. That was you could kind of feel like All Saints was maybe getting some confidence. Hey, we're getting back. We've scored a couple of touchdowns on these guys here in the second half. We're getting in a groove. We're gonna make a comeback. And Grayson Stewart said no.
Not happening.
No. By the way, -7 yards rushing. And a PAT block.
Keep working
to
it
go
in.
along with it. Grayson Stewart, we see you, number 7, getting on the board, but he didn't.
Way
He's
to
not
go,
the only one who
Grayson.
showed up on special teams.
No, so we've been really doing I think having a concentrated effort to talk about the kicking game. And when the kicking game's on and it's 100%, it's absolutely 100% worth the shout out. Hinckley, we're going to come in with you first. Number 28. You were 5 for 5 on your point after touchdown. And that's huge. Those little people don't realize how that adds up. This is how kickers become like all-time scoring leaders.
Yes.
for programs. You see all-time scoring leaders, it's almost always a kicker. Almost always a kicker.
Yes.
For that reason. Those points add up. Your job is critical. And so even a one miss can be a big deal.
Well,
and that's
we
why
talked about the momentum swing that Grayson Stewart had by blocking that one. Mr. Michael Hinckley made sure that did not happen.
Right. And that's why we talk about and set the standard so high at 100%. I've had people ask me, why 100%? Why 100? Well, because that's the standard for kickers. That's especially on PATs. It's 100%, and we just kept it that way, not just for that. So Hinckley, Mr. Hinckley, you get a sticker for your 5 for 5 on PATs, man. We see that, and then you want to roll in.
He wasn't the only kicker.
Nope.
Mr. Camden Schlicht, we see you. You went 1 for 1. You had a 31-yard field goal. That's also a big deal. Right? Like making those field goals and ending drives in points. When you can't end them with a touchdown, you want to end in points. You want to get 3.
Yeah.
And Mr. Schlicht, you made sure, number 85, that we did that with a 31-yard field goal. So we see you. We see that. That's our special team stickers, like representing the third phase of our game and making sure it was a priority and that it was done well.
And that's this episode, man. That's it.
That is.
I feel like that was so many stickers.
42.
42
If I counted
stickers.
correctly, 42.
And our stats our stat numbers are they're not easy thresholds, right?
No.
I mean, it's not. It just happens to be what it is this week. We're proud of you, Coyotes. We're excited to see what's going on. We're excited to get into district play. We want to start seeing these wins start to stack up and move us towards the playoffs, because that's where we think you're going. You're definitely going to the playoffs, and we believe, at least over here, that this is the kind of caliber team that's going to take it to state. So we're excited, guys. We're big supporters and excited to come see you play this Sunday. We hope you'll join us for the game against Walnut Grove.
5:30 tailgate. 6:30 Coyote walk.
6:30 walk. Yep.
7:30 kickoff.
Let's go and let's make some noise. And we're going to end it just like we always do. We hope to do this with you one day at the game. Come see us. Come say hi. But we're going to end it with Coyotes on 3. You ready?
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3.
Go Coyotes!